Mr. Wilson, how's it going, sir?
How are you doing? Can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
Oh,
I can hear you. You look sharp, sir.
I'm trying I'm trying very hard. I'm trying very hard.
Absolutely, absolutely. For first off, I just want to say thank you so much for coming back to the sorry. Thank you so much for coming back to the Buckle Up Podcast universe with Brandon Rush and Mama Rush. We're happy to have you back. We had a lot of people writing in about you last time. It seems like you're a big hit over here.
Well, I pay him good.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. So you've been a busy man as of late.
before we go
Congratulations. I saw that the Aces won that.
Brandon,
Yes,
can you hear me? Can you hear? Ask Roscoe, can he hear me?
Yes,
I
Mom.
hear
We can hear you.
Okay, Roscoe, I'm using my picture today. If that's okay with you, I've been on
That's
the go
it.
myself, and so I said, well, I want to speak to Roscoe about a lot of things.
That's
And so if you
that's a
don't mind,
pretty
use the picture. Huh?
that's a pretty picture to look at. Good.
Oh, thank you, Roscoe. Well, Brandon, go ahead and keep getting started, okay?
Oh, okay. So that sounds good. I was saying, Mr. Wilson, it seems like everything's been really busy. You guys just had a huge win here. What was that, about a week or so ago?
Yeah, big win. Big, I mean a huge win.
Absolutely, man.
It's historical.
Yes, sir. It truly is. How does that all make you feel?
Well, pretty surreal. Pretty surreal because it was a big uphill battle. There was a lot of adversity, and but we kept the faith. We kept the faith and stuck with it. God is good.
Yes, sir. All the time. Mr. Wilson, you said something there that I thought that I just want to hit on for a second. You said
Hmm.
adversity. What kind of advice would you have for any athlete any person per se that is dealing with adversity? Because adversity happens and all kinds of things can happen in sports. It can happen
Yeah.
in life.
Adversity is something that from my perspective, it should be something that you should already be prepared for.
Yes, sir.
You should live your life in a way that you know that everything is not going to be shiny and pretty and new. So you have,
Absolutely.
if you have any faith or conviction to what you're trying to do, you know that you're going to be tried. You're going to be like Asia said in the interview after the championship. She said that that God had us covered. That when you're trusting in God, you got to be patient.
Yes, sir.
And see that patience is the adversity. That's the
Absolutely.
adversity right there. The time between you going into hold on, the time between when it starts to when it starts to kind of look up for you. That's adversity. So
Absolutely.
you have to have faith that you know that in time, like my wife says also in God's time. So in
Amen.
God's time, that adversity is going on, then you sort of kind of it moves you into where you need to be. We're looking at 17 games straight. They won after they had that terrible loss.
Yes,
But
sir.
but that was adversity leading up to that. And after that, you still had adversity because you had to win every game. You had to get yourself back back on the screen, get yourself back up.
Absolutely.
Came back up to the second seat. So I would tell anyone, youth, anyone, adults, adversity is something you should already be prepared for because you know you shouldn't be wearing rose-colored glasses.
Yes, sir.
Take off the rose-colored glasses.
Uh-huh.
I know that's right.
I've stomped mine. I took my rose-colored glasses off and stomped them, threw them in the trash can. It's not gonna do a lot of good. Just gotta have faith and know you, understand who you are, and understand what you're trying to
Absolutely. Mr. Roscoe, I'm glad you said that because in my career field, and even not just my career field, but people I come across too, I'm a person personally, and because of my parents, I was raised to never give up. Never give up is a part of my soul. And I tell people this too, especially when it comes to my acting career, because I go out on a lot of auditions. I don't always get the part, but I don't get discouraged. And the reason I don't get discouraged is because I've learned far more in losing than
do.
I
Right.
have in winning. And it's how
Exactly.
you prepare and it's how you,
That's right.
as I said, how you deal with that adversity. So relating that back to what you said with Asia and her team, the Aces, when they lost that game, them having that, it can be kind of a wake up call. Like, hey, like, look,
Right.
this is
Right.
for real
That's
now.
right. That's
And I got
real.
to
That's
bounce
right.
back. And I think that actually helps. I think that wake up call, even back in the day when people would say, sometimes, well, even in sports, or if you played football or even in basketball, either if you get hit in the mouth, they would say, that makes you wake up. And it's like, hey, we had to do better. So I'm really glad that you talked about the adversity part of things, because I think people need to hear that. I see people, friends give up a lot of times on things, and people not willing to put forth the effort. But it's like, what option do you have? If giving up's not an option, you know, you have to go for it. And having that faith and knowing it's going to work out. Even my teammates, when I played football, I would say, hey, like, guys, we might be down right now, but just fight with me to the end. And more times than not, we came back to win that game.
Exactly. Because you're addressing it. You understand where you are.
Yes, sir.
Some people fold. Some people fold. So you'll never get to where you want to get to.
Absolutely.
You'll fold, or you get discouraged and you don't get full.
Absolutely.
When you get in diverse situations, you should work hard. You gotta get through that. My dad would say, when you're going through hell, keep on going.
Yes.
Just keep on going. Just keep going. If you're going,
yes.
if you're going through hell, that's what you're doing. You're going through hell, but don't stop.
Yes, sir.
Just keep going and go through hell. Get out of there.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, one thing I wanted to say, because I want to get back on to all that you all have covered, but we talked about, Roscoe, the raising of champions, and how we both agreed that that was something that we really want to look into. But I want to mention a couple of things. Since you mentioned your father, I want to mention both your father for our audience, because we've grown the podcast now to about 13.6 million people. And Brent, how many countries are we in now?
We're in 73 countries and 732 cities around the world.
And so your family is one that has always impacted us here in South Carolina. And I think about your father, how he carried himself in such a royal like quality, just the presence. When your daddy would walk in the room, I felt the presence of your father in that whole atmosphere shifted the way people carried themselves within the room, and just how he did by the community and the pulpit. And then your mother had such elegance, and embodied her. And she was always paused, intelligent, walked with grace. How would you describe the influence on your character and on your vision for your children now, because of what you've had with your beautiful parents?
Well, you just did it. My dad. I revered my dad. I mean, my daddy was everything. I mean, he, first of all, people must, I would say must understand, but understand, my daddy was 6'4", 6'5". So to me, he was like a giant. So I'm a little 7-year-old kid, 8-year-old kid. My daddy looks like a monster to me. So that was terrifying right there. So for him to be mad and upset with me terrified me. So that kept me sort of in line. Even though I was a pretty raw young man. I was not the most well behaved preacher's kid there was, not at all. Not about any sense of the word. I was always getting in trouble. I was always getting spanked. So I thought that was part of my daily routine, was on my calendar. I feel like I was getting a beat for something every day, And so, but Reverend was, first of all, Reverend was anointed. And those who know you know, anointed. You believe that he actually healed by God.
Yeah. You're kind of breaking up a little bit, Roscoe.
I don't know.
Okay. All right.
That's
better.
Okay.
Yeah, here.
Sure.
Perfect.
So that's how he carried himself. He carried himself with the message of deliverer, honest. So he just had that air about him, so it became a part of him. It wasn't anything he tried. He was like that with any group he walked in. Reverend at a church meeting, he'd be the same way. He'd be the same way in his suit and tie at a church meeting.
Yes.
But so that I took everything from that.
Okay.
My mother was academia. She was a woman of God, and she was also convicted. So I didn't have much place to run. I didn't have any place, I was just following what my parents did. I just knew my dad and mama helped people, so I just wanted to help people and pass it along. As we pass it on to Asia, my son.
Oh, okay.
Mr. Wilson, I did want to say that we actually had Judge Abby, whose last name I don't know.
Abigail Rogers.
Abigail
yes.
Rogers.
Yeah.
She came on and talked. I'm not sure if Mom told you that or not, but she
No.
came on the podcast about a week ago, and she talked about your parents and
Oh,
the
she did,
influence
yeah.
they made. Yeah. Oh man, she talked big time
On her
about that.
life.
Yeah,
And
her
the,
dad, yeah, that's right. Her daddy and my daddy were very, very close.
yes, sir. And she said how, you know, how your family just impacted them, how they impacted the community, how during the civil rights era too,
Oh,
with
yeah.
them getting with a lot of them going to college, because I think she said that a deacon was at the University of South Carolina. I think she might have said that a deacon at the church went to University of South Carolina, or was a teacher at University
Solomon.
of
I
South
think
Carolina.
Deacon Solomon or somebody, I think.
Yeah,
Do you
well,
remember Deacon Solomon?
Jim Solomon was the first African American to attend university.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
But she said how much that how the church, Mr. Pastor Wilson's church and your mom, how much influence that had on her, and how that helped her to go after what she did. So I thought that was amazing. I want to let you know the fact that she had come on here and talked so highly of your parents.
That was very nice. Very nice.
Roscoe, what do you think your father and mother would say if they were sitting here watching all that has happened with your family and with your children?
My dad would be so proud. I could see both of them just walking around, talking about what their granddaughter's doing. You know, he likes. Well, my dad likes sports. He didn't play sports, but he loved football, he loved basketball. And he really was crazy about Asia, because Asia was his only grandchild.
Yeah.
And so he had seen the Asian play. My mother never saw it.
Yeah. Okay.
And,
go ahead.
So he'd have been real proud. He'd been bragging about it, talking about it. I can see him now. Just, Asia, what do you think about this? I enjoyed watching you. I mean, he would just be through the roof about Asia.
Wow.
But
I tell you, she is such a, now we'll get into Asia, because I wanted the audience to get a flavor of how close we were growing up together, our family so close together, and how when we see our champions that the Lord has given us to impact this society, how it makes us feel. And with that said, tell me that week, okay, that game, and I call it the game of games, and I didn't watch the game. In fact, I heard about the game. I had plans to watch the game. Roscoe got so busy doing stuff. And you know how hall kids are. We were always into other things. And but it didn't get, and I think I'm glad I didn't, because I would have been a horse the whole next week. But with that, how were you all feeling going up to the game, getting ready for the game? How did you prepare yourself mentally? Help prepare AJ, and your wife. How did y'all prepare yourself? And did you play any special songs? How did you pick out your clothes? Did you sleep that night? So those are kind of questions I think our audience wants to hear.
Well, for really, there were two games that were pretty meaningful. Well, obviously, the first two games that we in Las Vegas were meaningful, because it put us in a position to do what we did in Phoenix. But we knew going into Phoenix we were gonna catch it. You know, they were gonna, that's home court for them. And they had that the artist is called the X Factor. And it was loud. It was loud in that place. But understand, Eva's mother, Eva, is she's like the baseline of everything. She kind of makes you, she makes sure everyone stays grounded, stay focused on what the real is. That type of thing. I'm the one that's an athlete. Let's go, let's do this. So I've always looked at Asia as, even at 29, I still see her as my little 11-year-old daughter.
Yes.
Who couldn't play, run around all in circles, not knowing what to do. So I was really worried about Asia, because the thing about being in that type of position is you expect it to be excellent every day, every game. Yes, it's not an issue, you know. That's not saying, well, she got off night. No, that's not it. The expectation is for you to play perfectly and win, get the winning shot, steal, make a difference in the game. That's a lot of pressures. I was struggling with the first night, to get the first night. The third game, because first of all, the third game, we've never won a third game.
Oh, wow.
No, they've never won a third. All the other championships, we lost the third game.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So they went in there with that mentality, right? So, and I tell you, uh, it was bothering me because I really was really nervous. I'm
Hmm.
not playing, so I can
Yeah, but
imagine what
still,
Asia's
it should.
doing. I'm not playing, but
Yeah.
I'm nervous. And I had a Zoom call that morning.
Uh-huh.
I have a company. I'm with a company out of Europe, so I'm the only one in the United States. So they are
Uh-huh.
6 hours ahead.
Yes,
So
sir.
if they set a meeting up at 12, it's 6 o'clock in the morning for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I got to get on the call. But for some reason, they had another type of sidebar call and
Uh-huh.
decided not to have that call, but they didn't tell me. So I was up and I was all hyped up for the meeting.
Yes.
So I couldn't go back to sleep. Then I started thinking, oh
Yeah.
man, tonight, got Asia playing tonight. So I'm looking at Asia, thinking about Asia as a little girl. I said, I can still, you just got those crazy thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that she's 29 years old didn't occur to me.
Yes, sir.
To me, she's 11.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm saying, I mean, why are we putting all this in this little girl? And I
Mm-hmm.
really got very upset, and I just started praying. I just prayed, and
Yes.
a song. There was a song with uh, is it Donald Lawrence and
Mm-hmm.
what's called "Deliver Me."
Okay.
Oh,
Oh,
okay. Oh, yes.
I'll send it to y'all. It's a
I
really good
love that
song,
song.
Yes,
But
sir.
go
Please
ahead,
do.
send it
and
to us, Roscoe.
so she sings. And he talks about adversity. He talks about when you're going through things, and
Mm-hmm.
when you trust in God.
Mm-hmm.
He said you are held with the Holy Spirit, but you're human. So that means you
Mm-hmm.
have your heart and your brain are very sensitive,
Mhm.
fragile to stuff coming at it.
Mm-hmm.
And that, then you have issues like he talks about depression, talks about abuse, he talks about neglect, all those
Mm-hmm.
things impact you. So it just sort of caught me. So I think 3 hours that morning. I listened to that song over and over again.
Yes.
I,
Yes.
I, I cried. I just ugly cried. That was ugly, really kind of cried. And so, oh man, I was a mess. I was a mess.
Uh-huh.
But what happened was, I just asked. I don't pray. I've never prayed for Asia to win again. I've
Mhm.
never.
Uh-huh.
I've never prayed. I say, okay, God, make them be winners today. All I pray is that her to remain healthy, her to remain
Mm-hmm.
healthy through the game.
Mm-hmm.
And I pray for Eagles' mother. They're
Mm-hmm.
my intermediary. They're my contractors. They're my intermediaries. So
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Eagles' mother, I use her to just get into Asia, keep her motivated, strong,
Mm-hmm.
keep her spirit and will strong. I pray to my
Yes.
mom. I say, my mom, they got assignments. My mom and dad's assignments are the body parts. Just protect the body parts.
Yes.
These,
Yes.
ACLs, MCLs, ankles, the brain, eyes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, and I actually do. I do. I both of us. Listen, y'all know what y'all got to do tonight. Now,
Mm-hmm.
Toot's gonna handle the spirit. Make sure she's focused, do what she needs to do. See, mom and Rev, you cover these ankles, you cover these knees, you cover these
Amen.
shins, you cover these
Yeah.
eyes, and that's it. Because if she's healthy and in the right state of mind,
Mm-hmm.
she gonna make it happen anyway. So,
Absolutely.
and that was the game of that shot. The shot heard around the world.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the thing about it was so prophetic because when she went to take the shot, it was
Uh-huh.
like 4 seconds ago. When she
Mm-hmm.
went at the exact moment she took the shot, it was 2.2 seconds on the clock, which age is number 22.
Oh yeah.
When you look
Eh,
on when she's shooting, she in there shooting. If you look at the shot clock, it
It
says
says
2.2.
yes.
So I think it was divine intervention.
Yes.
yes, sir.
Wait, just hold that point right there. You
Mhm.
said it was 2.2 seconds left on the clock. Asia is 22. Her number is 22.
Exactly. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
I'll send it to you. Somebody sent me a T-shirt.
Oh yeah.
Somebody
Yes.
sent me a T-shirt, and I mean, obviously, you're looking at. I'm thinking it's probably 25,000 people, maybe 30,000 people in the game. It was
Mm-hmm.
it's where the Phoenix Suns play.
Yes, sir.
It's a huge arena,
Yes, a big
Mm-hmm.
so
arena.
the place is packed. So what they did was they sent the picture, and they blacked out everything. The audience was in black and white. Asia
Mm-hmm.
was in color. It was amazing. It was
Oh,
Asia in
wow.
color. And
Wow.
sent me a T-shirt, and she did that shout. I was like, I don't. And see, Eva couldn't. Eva was nervous, so
Uh-huh.
I'm sitting. It was me, Eva, and Bam, my boyfriend, sitting together, and Eva was in the Bam was in the middle, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So she got up. But Asia,
Mm-hmm.
I can't stand it. My stomach is going crazy. So she
Oh, wow.
left the arena and went to the bathroom. Came back. So she couldn't stand it.
Uh-huh.
So when Asia shot the shot, she looked to see if we saw it, and
Uh-huh.
she didn't see her mom. Oh, that's it. She said, "Where's my
Oh,
mom?"
Lord, have
But
mercy.
but she saw it. She saw it on the screen. She saw it
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
on the feed. But she didn't know. Asia didn't know that she was already in the little tunnel right there. She's watching
Mm-hmm.
the tunnel. But that was a great night. I'm like, yeah, that thing was fun.
Oh, wow. I, I,
Absolutely.
I tell you, Roscoe, as you said, your parents are right there. I always feel my
Right there.
parents, Benjamin
Oh
and
yeah.
Lise. Yeah. When you're going through things of and the pressure is on and all
Hmm.
is on, and you're
Hmm.
trying to be there to support your child and looking at her and looking at what
Right.
God is doing. And that was God. That was
Oh
God
yeah.
for that to be that's why I wanted this audience to hear you talk about that from a parent sitting up
Yeah.
there on looking at your daughter, seeing what God has done and what
Oh
he
my God.
continues to do and how he touched her hand. And I had to go back and look at it because he said, Karen, did you see? I said, listen, let me tell you something. I'm glad I had a time off somewhere. And I
Mhm.
was when I went back and saw that shot, I said, God, you are fabulous. That's all I tell the boy. He's fabulous.
Yeah.
But I said, I
It
always
was
say,
amazing. It was
Reverend
amazing because
Wilson, I say,
yeah.
Reverend Wilson and Sister Wilson, look how much God has made your harvest so powerful in
Isn't that
this
something?
land. With
Oh
the
yeah.
students your mother touched in Africa, they were making champions of you and Preston. My parents are making champions of
Oh
us.
yeah. Oh
And
yeah.
then
Yeah.
and
It's a
then now
legacy.
look at
It's
the
a legacy.
champions we have
That's
and
right.
talk. I just want it from your perspective. Now, Roscoe, how do parents usually get interviewed? Because I feel that parents have done something so magnificent. Tell
Hmm.
us about when you were when Asia was growing up. And guess what? I got a guess. I got something surprise for you. Guess who I found out a bit? I did some homework.
What you do? What you found?
DJ Puff. There
Yeah.
is a DJ Puff that is very big in this town. So, hey, I thought I would surprise you because you tried to tell,
Yeah.
you said, well, I got a son who's a DJ. And I
That's
said,
right.
okay, you know how I am. I said, okay, Roscoe. So I wasn't paying attention. I'm gonna get back to that question I want you to answer. But anyway, I was saying, okay, I was talking to my stylist and we are going
Uh-huh.
on. I said, yeah, I said, his daughter's supposed to play a game soon. And he knew I didn't know much about basketball. He said, I said, play a
Mm.
game soon. And he said, oh, you talking about AJ? I said, yes, yes. I said, I grew up with her dad, you know. He said, she's great, but you know who's great too? I said, tell me. He said, he has a son who's a DJ. I said, DJ?
Yeah.
He
That's
said,
yeah. Yeah.
yeah. He said, they call him DJ Puff. I said,
DJ
what's
Puff.
DJ
That's
Puff?
that's that's,
He
that's
said, he is magnificent. He is
yeah.
outstanding being a
Yeah.
DJ. They were trying to tell me, and I'm just sitting listening. And I said, so we're going to mention DJ here today because everybody need
Yeah.
to know. I mean, I'm sorry to say, Roscoe, you were trying to mention that the last time you came on, you said
Mm.
DJ. My son's a DJ. I said, oh, okay, Roscoe, you know me. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, Roscoe.
he was probably the first to kind of step out there.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if I told y'all, when Ace was in high school,
Uh-huh.
she was in when the state championship came up for high school championships came up.
Uh-huh.
I had bought it just ahead of time. I had pre-purchased tickets to go for Asia to go see Drake. She loved Drake,
Uh-huh.
Okay.
and so I bought tickets for her to go see Drake, and and so it just turned out that she couldn't go see Drake because the high school championship game was on that very night, same night.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
As an Asian, you're not going to be to see Drake because you got to play in the game. And she was disappointed, but she knew what she had to do.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
sir.
So I think we sold the tickets. So I said, well, something good's gonna come out of this. You know, something good's gonna come out of this. So, obviously fast forward, they won the championship. We celebrated and everything. So we got home. The championship was in Sumter. So you're looking
Mm-hmm.
at 40, 30, 40 minutes drive out of Columbia. Not for us, maybe 25, because we live out that way. We live out in Lower Richmond,
Mm-hmm.
Hopkins. So we get home, everything kind of dies down. We go to bed. We're asleep.
Mm-hmm.
I'm watching TV downstairs. Eve was in her room, and all of a sudden, Asia starts screaming. I mean, screaming out loud, screaming. So I thought somebody broke in the house or something. I didn't know what's going on. So Asia comes out upstairs, and I can see us.
Mm-hmm.
We have a little lookout look over, right? You can look over in the den. And
Mm-hmm.
she said, "Daddy, Daddy, 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 Daddy." What happened was when DJ Puff was a DJ at the Drake concert.
Mm-hmm.
So he goes backstage and asks Drake, tells Drake that Asia's his biggest fan and the whole deal.
Mm-hmm.
So Drake sends Asia a private video
Oh,
telling
wow.
her that he heard her, she won the championship, had a
Mm-hmm.
conversation, invited her back to his next concert. It was
Oh,
cool.
man.
It was cool.
Wow. Wow.
Awesome.
So there you have it. You give up. One door closes, another door opens. So
Absolutely.
that was pretty cool, brother. That had to hook her up like
Yeah. So that I tell you, you and your wife, Eva, are raising champions, and they
that.
are so grounded. And my question here with you and your wife, how do you keep your kids grounded when the world around them is full of influences that can
Right.
test their character and their values? So how do you all succeed with that? And I know the Lord is a part of it,
The
but
Lord is a part of
tell us a
it. I
little bit
pray.
about that.
Well, first of all, you have to threaten bodily harm. That's the first thing that catches their attention. You threaten bodily harm. You do this, I'll break your neck. That's what this is like. So no, but you gotta live it too. I can't tell Asia something that I don't live it. So, I can't.
Yes, sir.
That's that's
Absolutely.
that's a hypocrite.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to be grounded myself
Mm-hmm.
in order to with her and show know that this is the way you be grounded. Hopefully, good things come out
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
of it. And, so generally with Asia and Puff is that we generally, when we together, the issue of who she is not the case. The issue of who we are is the case. I hope people understand.
That's fine.
When you're together as a family,
Mm-hmm.
there's no one person that stands out over everybody. Everybody else is down here. When we're together, we're just hanging out. Asia's
Yes, sir.
Asia.
Mm-hmm.
She's not the four-time MVP. She's not the best player of the year. She's not the Olympian. She's just Asia.
Yes,
And
sir.
Mm-hmm.
because she wants to be as normal as possible.
Uh-huh.
But outside of here, it's hard to be normal because no matter where we go, people recognize and
Mm-hmm.
autograph, take a picture. So,
Yes.
so when we move back here, we just chill out. Like I'm here in Miami with a boyfriend. He's dedicating a
Mm-hmm.
basketball. He's dedicating a basketball court somewhere here in Miami. We go do
Okay.
that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just here waiting on her to come down, them to come down and go. It's just not a big deal.
Yes, sir.
It's not about age. It's not about that. It's not about.
Mm-hmm.
It's about the family.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's
that
right.
that dynamic remains the same. What happens is
Yes.
I'm not casting aspersions. Too many families put the onus on the superstar, whether it be a medical student, whether it be a
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
sir.
doctor.
Mm-hmm.
That seems to be the focus, and
Mm-hmm.
everybody else is secondary. That's not cool. You know,
Yeah.
because you're part of the family, you're just as important
That's right.
as
Mm-hmm.
anyone else. And
Mhm.
Asia understands and Pup understands that. Anytime we're together,
Absolutely.
we just having good because it sounds simple, but it's not. You have to work at it. You have to work
Yes,
at
sir.
it.
Yeah.
Not letting it get out, letting it too far ahead. Because you've seen families, there's one person in the family, it's the famous person. And
Uh-huh.
that's what then it's all about that famous, what they
Yes,
do. Everybody else
Mm-hmm.
following along,
Mm-hmm.
absolutely.
that's not cool. No,
Mm-hmm.
no.
Absolutely.
You should, you should do just as much praise and flower what she's done than Asia. What Asia
Yeah.
is
But That's why I really wanted to focus on the parent view and the. Yeah, I'm sorry, you broke up a little bit, Roscoe.
There for a
Sorry.
second.
I'm sorry. I don't know what the can you hear me all right now?
Yeah,
Yes,
you,
we broke up for 1 second there.
Yeah. Okay. But we don't do a lot of interviews. People come up to you at games and various places. I did a podcast in Columbia, Watchbox News.
mm-hmm.
But basically, it's Asian.
Yeah, I understand. And I think I wanted our audience to understand
This is not.
who you.
This is not. I tell people this is the grace of God, but you got to work it. You got to prepare yourself for grace.
Amen.
You
Yeah.
got to prepare so you cannot take for granted that what's happened now is not from hard work and sacrifice.
Absolutely.
Sometimes people think it's a fortune. God has put His blessing on you, and you just lay there. Oh, you had to work toward. You got to do something tough too. And I don't mean to be preaching to the I'm
Oh no, but
no,
you're good.
Preach on, preach on, because I can hear
your
your father. Preach on.
If you remember the story of the healing waters.
Mm-hmm.
Healing waters in the city that people go to and put their foot in or get in,
Mm-hmm.
and be healed. When the bubbles, they would wait around this water, this pool. So when God shoveled the waters and
Mm-hmm.
the people put their foot in, they'll be healed and that type of thing. But it was a cripple, it was a blind man. A blind man was waiting, a crippled man was waiting. And I remember when Jesus, He made clay of His spit on the ground. I mean, that's
Mm-hmm.
he got some juice, right?
Yeah.
Jesus spat on the ground and made clay of the spit, as He said.
That's right.
And He put it on the blind man's eye.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
You saw.
Okay. And what people got to realize, the deeper part of that is He didn't wash the man's eyes Himself. He didn't command the eyes to be clear. He told the blind man, "Go and wash your face."
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to do something too. You just can't sit and wait.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He told the blind man, "Go and wash your face." He told the crippled man, "Get up, take up your bed, and go."
Mm-hmm.
So you got to do your part.
Yes,
That's
sir.
correct.
We got to do our part. You're not just sitting and waiting for God to do something. Because He'll help you out. I promise you. I did one time pray. I prayed. Asia's been carrying this too. I'm not ashamed to say it. I'm not trying
Yeah.
to discount anyone else. She carried this too. 17 years. She
Can you
carried
hear? Can you hear Roscoe?
All right, Mr. Roscoe, you that part you broke up at completely, where you were saying you started to tell a story, but it broke up there after the religion after the Esau story you were telling. You started to say,
yeah.
would you mind repeating that?
What happened is, like I said, God helps you when you help yourself.
Amen.
You have to do something yourself or try.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like Jesus came with the man and said, what are you here? He said, I'm waiting on the water shovel so I can put my foot in again. Well, why are you waiting for me to do something?
Yes,
throw yourself in, drag yourself in something.
absolutely.
So I remember one night I was praying, and like I said, Asia's been carrying this to me. He's really been guiding force.
Yes, sir.
And I just prayed and asked God, can somebody else help out? Just get into
I know what
somebody
you're
else.
saying.
Yeah.
She didn't just, I know she's doing good. I thank you for that. But we need this other, we need some of the other players to also step. Like they weren't stepping up.
Yes, sir.
Step up in big moments too.
Absolutely.
I remember the game in, I think it was Indiana. It was the Indiana game. When it came down to the last second shot, Asia, obviously the ball went to Asia. Ball went to Asia. She turned the shot. She missed. So the rubber game. But her teammate Jackie Young was right there. Took the ball, took it back. He had won the game.
Oh,
So
wow.
that we got. I asked for that. We asked for that.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
But you still got to put yourself in the position. to get it done. So it's been quite a spiritual experience for me.
Yes,
Absolutely.
Roscoe.
For Asia too, but y'all know that when just before every game, Asia prays. I don't know if you watch it.
I would hope she does, sir, because I know
Yeah,
I
she
used to do
does.
that with my dad.
Yeah, she
So,
does. She goes off. My her granddad told her the story of Jesus with his disciples. He would go off, and in the Bible it says he would go off like a stone's throw or a stone's cast.
Mm-hmm.
He would just kind of separate himself and just pray. And Asia
absolutely,
does it before games. She like step out from a TV, behind the
absolutely,
bench, down the shaft, about 10 seconds. Don't take long to pray.
absolutely. No, you're
I
You
right.
can
say,
just you can say thank
you
you.
could say help.
That's a prayer.
Yeah,
That's it. So she does that. So it's just I'm just happy I was able to bring her to the point that she understood that she can't just by herself.
That's,
You understand?
oh,
yeah,
absolutely.
You know,
Um,
God is a part of what she gets done.
yes,
yeah.
sir. Mr. Roscoe, I want to say a couple of things, Mom. Hold on. I just want to say
Yeah,
a couple
okay.
of to you. That you mentioned one about prayer. I'm glad you said that, and I'm glad that she prays all by herself.
Mm,
Whenever I play sports, even when I play sports out in LA, I always would call my dad when my dad was alive, and my dad would call and pray with me. Even
mm,
before every single acting gig, before my dad passed, he would pray with me every single time before, because I knew that I needed that. Even though I had my job, I want to make sure that I did my job well, and that I knew
mm.
God was there with me. But my dad's prayers for me personally used to
Yeah.
further make me know that I was protected. But now I do those
Mm,
prayers with myself, going
right.
forward, since my dad's not there anymore. So I understand where Asia's coming from, and knowing that, hey, Lord, I know you blessed me with all these talents that I had in the world, but I know you're going
Mm-hmm.
to take me through. You're going to see me through, that I don't get hurt or my teammates don't get hurt, or that
Right.
I'm going to be playing to the best of my ability. So I did want to say that part. And then I also want to say, when you're talking about the teammates, I know what you mean. Where, for instance, whenever Magic Johnson, for instance, passed the ball, not Magic Johnson, excuse me. Actually, I will use Magic Johnson too. On these two people here, I'm gonna use when Kareem got hurt and Magic came in there and played for him,
Right.
and they won that. I think it might have been his first championship that year when he stepped
Yeah.
in at center.
You threw that hook shot. Right.
Yes, sir. And then the second time I was gonna mention, when Michael Jordan passed the ball out there to, was it Steve Kerr for the win,
Right.
and they won
Somebody
that
else. Right.
championship.
It's important. It's important. I
Absolutely. So it's
understand.
just, I know what you mean by saying, basically, like, there's other leaders on that team. They just got to know that, hey, it's okay to step up and take that, to be in that moment.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
have to, because if the
Right.
star player ever goes down, you got to have that person. Even Asia, she has to be able to depend on that person to her right and to her left. And
Exactly.
there's 5 people on that thing. You all have to be willing to be able to take that shot if you have to.
Exactly. They have really stepped up in the last in the finals. The team
Hmm.
is really. I mean, everybody contributed. We don't have anybody
Yes,
uh,
sir.
was not contributing.
Okay.
And sometimes it doesn't mean it doesn't make a difference if it's just get the ball and knock it to you. You Lord, finish the rebound. He
Absolutely. Oh
couldn't
yeah, like
get
Dennis Rodman.
he
Dennis Rodman,
couldn't get it.
rebound king.
He tap it out for somebody else to get it.
Yep.
Those players,
Yeah.
her teammates really, really backed her up and supported her, and she supported them.
That is so
Amen.
great.
The
And I
team
love
effort.
how excuse me. I love how she gives credit to all her teammates. I
Oh
saw the interview and I almost fell out laughing when she brought that tamarine. I tell you, Roscoe,
yeah.
she brought that pink
Yeah.
tamarine. I
Talk, talk,
say that is truly a
that's it. Talk
Southern
about
Baptist girl with
Southern
that
Baptist girl.
tamarine.
And she just shaking her tail. That's all.
Roscoe, I thought that was, I fell out of here because I happened to catch that. I looked up
Yeah.
and she had that tamarind. I said she was too much. I saw you all the way, Roscoe, when she had that tamarind out there. And
That was
it was
amazing.
just so perfect because I don't think I've ever seen any post-game interview with anyone where they make
With
it real
tambourine.
as real can
She
be.
really, oh yeah, she real now. She really good. As a matter of fact, after that tambourine scene in the press conference or at the parade
Uh-huh.
on the Las Vegas Strip,
Yeah.
it had to be, I don't know, it was thousands. I don't know how it had to be 10, maybe 10, I don't know, 10,000 at least people out there. And they shut the strip down.
Oh wow.
And everybody had tambourines. So I think I need to call that tambourine company.
Oh yeah,
Well,
get the advertising right there. Yeah.
Up in their sales. I'm finally with that tambourine.
yeah,
We bought a bunch of them from one place, and
because that was such a unique a unique thing for everybody. And
yeah,
that parade that day, how did you feel that morning getting up? Well, that's the second parade you've been in because your daughter won what third one?
Third.
Third,
third
because she
parade.
was in the in South Carolina when they won.
Yeah,
USC won
yes,
championship. Is that correct?
yeah, that's right. So it's four
Okay.
championship parades. You're right, four championship parades, and
And when you,
three of the WNBA.
well,
Uh,
do you
uh,
get a chance to ride in the car, or do you stand on the
Yeah,
side, or how does that work?
we were on the excuse me. There was a
Uh
two double decker buses, three double decker buses.
huh.
So the team was on one bus with they stand on top. They can stand on top,
Mm-hmm.
and then Eva and I were on the second bus with
okay.
the parents and staff.
Uh huh.
So we were riding down, we were throwing stuff out. It was crazy. It was remarkable
What?
to see
Awesome.
all these people.
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
that is beautiful. I'm gonna go back and look at it on YouTube. Well, Brandon, we're gonna get ready to because
Yeah. I'm gonna
the
hit you,
deep.
Mr. Roscoe, because I know your time's precious today. You got to get out there with your family there. But I'm gonna hit you with. We have a new thing that we do called a lightning round, which is just a quick
Okay,
couple of questions. Gonna ask you.
okay. Let me
So
try.
here goes the lightning round. Who is
Okay,
more competitive in the family, Asia or DJ Puff? Puff.
Asia,
Yeah, it's
Asia.
tough.
Yeah.
Okay. Which event makes you more nervous, the final seconds of a game or a packed out performance for your son playing DJing?
Both of them have their own weight.
Yes,
I
sir.
mean, I can see, I've seen Puff at Colonial Live, and it's 15,000 people in there. He's got
Mhm.
15,000 people, and then excited, and then right there, it's got to be both because it's the same level. It's just different
Mhm.
venues.
Absolutely. You're absolutely right on that, sir.
Mhm.
3 words that describe your daughter's championship spirit.
Um, blessed,
Mhm.
surreal,
Mhm.
focused.
Okay. I
Okay.
like that. And then I believe this is the final one. 3 words to describe your son's rising star power and star personality.
Uh, over the top, over the top, and over the top.
I
Mr. Roscoe,
love
you
it.
have been absolutely outstanding today with everything that you brought, and even like you touched my soul on things you were just saying about adversity and different things that you were making
Yeah.
today. Really, even the story of the Bible you brought up that really touched me as well. And I thank you so much for taking the time out of
Hey,
your.
I enjoy it, and
Yes, sir.
I enjoy
But
looking at your pretty mother here with these pretty eyes. And I tell you now,
Oh yeah, absolutely,
go on,
absolutely.
well,
girl. Oh,
well, one thing
you
well,
smoky
Roscoe,
eyes
one
here.
thing I always say, and I think about our parents and the love they had for us and the love that we
Hmm.
continue to see through our children and the love and the difference they're making. And I even think
Right.
about when I see him on the big screen and on TV, I keep saying, oh, well, that's really my son. But I always think that our parents did so much for us. And when you talked
Yeah.
about triumph, and I want to say this because you mentioned it earlier in the conversation
Mm-hmm.
before we end this, you've talked
Mm-hmm.
about the champions that we both identify with, and you said a champion can be doctors, they can be athletes,
Doctor, lawyer,
musicians,
teacher. Yeah,
engineers, teachers,
that's right.
artists, actors,
That's right.
entrepreneurs, as you are. And it's so good for our audience to see that champions are developed through God's greatness and that they come through life tapping on the souls of different people. And then all of a sudden, these children come up that we now see. And so I thank you so much for taking time because I know you're a busy man. I know you could
No, but
do so
no.
many interviews with so many people, but you have blessed our podcast. I want you to know. And God
No,
has blessed your children. And He's blessed my kids as well. And I
for
thank the
sure.
Lord for Reverend Wilson and Sister Wilson because I see how St. John has just bloomed. I mean, buying up the whole corner and all like that. When we
Yeah,
just, yeah.
St. John's movie. It is also wonderful to know that Brandon has a voice for the radio and a face for TV.
Oh, thank
So
you, sir.
he's good to go. Good.
Thank you.
I want
Thank
to
Thank you,
I
Mr.
want to make sure you know that now. You can handle both genres. You can handle both of them.
Thank you so much,
Yeah,
Mr.
there you
Wilson.
go. You know.
Yeah. And so go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. And so I always say a couple of scriptures. I think about Philippians 4:13, and which says, I can do all things through
I can do
Christ who
all things through
strengthens
Christ
me.
who
And our
strengthens me.
kids can too. And then I always think about Jeremiah 29:11, for I know the plans I have for you, that God always says he knows the plans, and it goes on from there.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's one final one. And I think we've done a great job of that. And only thing I can think of, Reverend Wilson used to say, on Christ a solid rock I stand. And that always stood with me through life. But this one is about Proverbs 22:6, train up a child in the way he should go. Brandon always says that one.
Mm-hmm.
And he will not part from that training. So we looking at our kids. I think about what Reverend Wilson used to say to us as children growing up. I think about what Abigail said the other day. We knew we had the force of St. John behind us. Girl, that's
right.
what she said. We knew we could make it because of that force. And and so with that, these champions we now see coming through, Roscoe. And I just thank the Lord for us all being there together. I still want to see that picture, by the way, you said of me in your garage when I was a kid. So,
I didn't send you that.
I think we were in your garage. You didn't
Yeah,
send that picture to me.
oh,
You
I'm
really
gonna send it
didn't.
to you. I'm gonna send it to you because I sent it to the
Okay.
person.
But
We
again,
look like it was 19. We look like it was in the 1930s.
Oh, wow.
yeah. Well, I've
It's an
come,
old. It was an
like I
old
say,
picture.
I've come a long way from that.
Yeah, I
Okay.
had my pants. My pants were up here under me. It was crazy. I don't know what was going on.
Oh, wow.
I'll send you that picture.
That's
With that, we always, audience, I hope you all have enjoyed this podcast this
I
morning.
really have.
How Mr. Roscoe Wilson has blessed us today with
Seriously.
his wife not being present on screen, but they have blessed this world. So we're going to do something we always do in our guests. Come on, you ready, Brandon?
Yeah, wait.
All
Give me a
right.
clap, Mr. Wilson.
Oh, thank you.
Absolutely, Mr. Wilson.
All right,
Many
give all
blessings
our
to your
love,
family.
Roscoe.
Congratulations as well.
Okay.
Tell
Listen,
DJ I'm going to go one day and hear his concert. Do
it,
that
man.
thing that he does so well. This town is talking about.
And if he wants to come on, I'd love to have DJ on.
Okay, I'll give you the number. You reach out to you.
All right, that sounds
Okay,
perfect.
good.
You have a wonderful
All right,
day.
y'all be sweet. Have a blessed and wonderful rest of your week. Okay, be
And
safe.
say hello to the rest of the family.
I
We
certainly
absolutely will.
will. All right, thank you.
Take care. God bless y'all. Bye bye.